death, war, famine, the Zika virus,
AIDS, homeless, recession, depression, drought, flood, pit bull, and the Hollywood Minute.
the fate of the very republic hanging in the balance, but far more importantly, my waifu is now my waifu. That's right, explicitly Asian Ghost in the Shell protagonist Motoko Kusanagi is taking a cock and using it as the prefix for the word Asian. For the grammar impaired, bitch be a cracker. And at least on the internet, you might say it's ignited a furor of celestial proportions. Look, I'm not claiming this is yellow journalism, or even that the coverage is slanted. For the social justice warriors, I'm afraid this is just one more chink in the armor. Can I just say that to call these live adaptations of anime cartoons whitewashed is to ignore that 99.9% of ass-fucking anime consists of yellow-washed ripoffs, if not outright plagiarism, of Western sci-fi fantasy properties to fucking begin with? I mean, how many times are we to believe telepathic space aliens from the planet Pube landed on this appallingly polluted rock and just happened to touch down on the razor-thin landmass with virtually no discernible natural resources that already has human fucking beings inhabiting every available inch of it?
What's that? Suppository man.
What the fuck are these aliens looking for in Japan exactly? A renewable source of shame? Maybe dolphins really are telepathic and they just called in the fucking cavalry. Fuck, if you want a live adaptation of what 90% of all hacky anime has been mindlessly mimeographing for the past 3 decades, well, you might as well crank out a ham-fisted, needless, exploitative sequel to Blade Runner. Oh, now I made myself sad. And before you shriek, no one cares about the source material that inspired Ghost in the Shell or how badly it ripped things off. You're just being a hipster. Remember how insufferable you blathering animu twerps were when The Matrix originally came out, proffering unsolicited didactic diatribes about how obviously stolen it was from Ghost in the Shell, how they should just cut out the middleman and make a movie of that? You remember? Yeah? Shoes on the other foot, bitch. Take your medicine.
This is the photo you showed to your coworker. Who do you see?
I had a picture of her. She was there. Look.
It's me with my mother.
Yeah? You remember the spider that lived in a bush outside your window? Orange body, green legs. Then one day there's a big egg in it. The egg hatched.
The egg hatched,
And?
and 100 baby spiders came out. And they ate her.
The truth is, you've never had a wife or kid. Like he said, they aren't real. They're a simulated experience, a fantasy.
All your memories about your wife and daughter are false. They're like a dream.
Implants. Those aren't your memories. They're somebody else's. They're Tyrell's nieces.
Would Record of Lodoss War exist without Lord of the Rings to steal from? Would Bubblegum Crisis or Akira exist in a world without Blade Runner? Would the needlessly all-Asian remake of The Unforgiven exist without the Oscar-winning Eastwood flick? Japanese entertainment, and yes, that means anime, is habitually unoriginal, and accusing Hollywood of the same while adapting it is the highest form of parody. Look, I'm the last person in this epoch who's gonna say you have to love Scarlett Johansson in anything, let alone Ghost in the Shell, but Caesar's ghost, motherfucker. At least hate her for the right reasons. Because as an actress, she has the range of a paper football. Because that beauty mark tattoo makes me want to hand her a hanky so she can wipe the day-old meatloaf and Woody Allen spunk off her jowls. Because the only time I can tolerate her futile attempts at acting is when she's painstakingly coached through her performance by a director she's invariably blowing. Because her Black Widow accent is the reason Putin hates America. Because the Black Dahlia single-handedly massacred any possibility of a film noir renaissance. Because the island was the island. Because when she buttered her ass into that jet black body condom in the Avengers, everyone at Marvel was too tits up terrified of being accused of fat shaming to recommend she hit the goddamn treadmill. Truth hurts. You weren't hired for your acting talent, bitch. Give me some fucking jumping chills. Because she won't ever display her only 2 genuine attributes until she's far too leathery, middle-aged, and desperate for any of us to give even the beginnings of a shit. Paging Lindsay Lohan. So yeah, Scarlett Johansson sucks. She sucks the chrome off a car bumper, particularly if you happen to be sitting in the director's chair. But not because she doesn't hail from the Savage Orient, because she sucks in everything, and so do live-action adaptations of Japanese anime. Bitching about ethnicity in a movie that's all but guaranteed to be the goat fuck of the century is like complaining about the accommodations on the Titanic. Sure, the sheets are a little starchy. Would you prefer a watery grave, asshole? I'm Razor Fist. Stop being dumb.
The flip side of that is, well, James Bond should only be white.
But I don't actually think that's a valid argument at all, because there's no reason James Bond should only be white.
Well, from the novels.
Okay, fine, from the source material. Yeah, I guess, but it's like, I don't know.
You talk too much. You never shut up. I said you talk too much.